Hi folks, this is Dee Mason and I'm Karen Pierce with Working Partners. And many of you know that operating a comprehensive drug-free workplace policy and program addresses three types of substances: the use of illicit drugs like heroin and marijuana, the abuse of alcohol as it adversely affects the workplace, and the misuse of prescription and over-the-counter drugs, again, as it adversely affects the workplace.
Karen and I want to take just a moment today to look at how this subject impacts you as an employer.
Let me share just a couple of statistics with you. These are hot off the press, just released. Between 2004 and 2008, we saw a 111% increase in the non-medical use of prescription pain medications. Between 1999 and 2007 in Ohio, 325% increase in the total grams of prescription pain medications distributed. That's a big deal. And anecdotally, I can tell you that we here at Working Partners have seen an increase in the number of calls we're getting from our clients about prescription issues. Let me give you a couple of examples. Last week, we dealt with an employer who had a prospective employee come. They thought that they were suitable for the job. The prospective employee was asked if they could pass a drug test. She said she thought she could, and then she slipped that she had been taking OxyContin. The employer had no clue whether or not they should do anything about that information. Another issue involved an employee who flat out told his supervisor that he could not get up and function during the day if he did not take his prescription painkiller. Another situation involving pain medication was with an employer who saw on a workers' comp form that the employee had been prescribed pain medication. Again, the employer had no clue as to how to handle these situations. We could talk a long time about why we're seeing an increase in prescription medication abuse, but instead we want to talk today about a couple of big things, big issues that impact this issue for the employer.
Between this increased prevalence of prescription drug use and abuse and the changes we're going through in technology as a society in general with healthcare issues, etc., also the recent relevant laws, this is obviously a topic that the employer cannot afford to shoot from the hip when they find an employee who is taking a prescription drug. It is a very complex topic and it's laden with possibilities for legal suit. The employer needs to be very careful. Let's take a look at some of those laws that have recently changed and have direct potential impact on this subject. Some of those new laws, such as HIPAA or ADA Amendments Act, adjustments to the Family Medical Leave Act and wage and hour laws, all of these, depending upon the situation, can come into play when you are involved with an employee's use of prescription drugs. So what should you do? First and foremost, review your drug-free workplace policy and program and make sure it is as up-to-date as possible. Rely on help from learned, knowledgeable resources. Working Partners, for example, let us help you. Or an employment attorney that has demonstrated specialized experience in drug-free workplace operations. You need to craft a policy that clearly states what are the responsibilities of an employee if they should be prescribed a drug that could potentially compromise the safety or productivity of the workplace. Educate your employees and be able to verify that the employees did receive that education. Think through and design protocols for what to do when an employee comes forward to announce that they are taking a prescription drug that could compromise safety or have adverse impact on the workplace. And be sure that all the management representatives understand their roles and responsibility, and that you can, very important, remain consistent with the way you deal with incidences such as these.
Okay, if you haven't been taking notes, now's the time. There are 6 things we want you to remember. Number 1, don't ask what drugs they're taking. Refer to policy and make sure the policy tells the employee when they should tell us what they're using. Educate employees and make sure you have proof of that. Train supervisors on their role. Stay consistent and make sure you reach out. And it's much easier here at Working Partners if you reach out for direction instead of reaching out to be bailed out. So those are the 6 things we want you to carry away. And please trust that we will come back at you later with more information about this really serious topic.
In the meantime, if a situation comes up or if you have some questions, please feel free to contact us, Working Partners. Thank you.